So this is game 2 of round 1 of the Pauper Daily. We're playing Mono Black Control. We punted the first game pretty badly. Um, and this game, I think we have to mulligan. We have, unfortunately, we have 5 lands. We have no removal spells. The Spectres are very good against him, as we saw last game. They provide a steady clock. But we can't just sit there doing absolutely nothing and trying to fake him out as if we had removal. So we're going to mulligan down to 6. This is frustrating, but I think we have to keep it. We have a way of getting a third land if we ever see a second. We've got a couple of threats, and we have a couple of removal spells. So we're gambling here. This is quite possibly going to be the death of us in short order. The Mono Green Infects deck is very good at punishing early stumbles, but we need to take, I think, a small gamble to try and get ahead of the game. So he's got the Glistener Elf again. As we've seen, he mulliganed to 5 again. He's very aggressive in terms of how hard he's willing to push things. We didn't get a land, so we are probably in trouble here. But who knows? Maybe he's only got 6 or 7 points of poison. Oh dear. So this is most likely double pump spell. I guess not. That's handy. So he's at a relatively low number of threats, which is always good. That means that... Oh dear. Well, this may be over very quickly. Thankfully we have Nausea to sweep the board if we ever hit up a second land, but we're depending on him not having a lot of stuff. This is... So he's stuck on 1 land. We're both stuck on 1 land. Unfortunately, he can function and we really can't. So 4 poison. Erp. Chances... Oh, hey, there we go. Okay. Let's clean up the board a little bit. He's got Mutagenic Growth or Invigorate as ways of saving his Ichor Claw Mirror. Nope. I guess he has other threats in hand, so we're going to be done. I apologize for playing a little bit slowly. I'm sort of working through the process of figuring out how to do this. Oh, hey, another removal spell. That's nice. We'll Sign in Blood, try to hit our land drop. Fail absolutely miserably. I guess we just should have cycled Twisted Abomination. But hey, that's life. Cleaning up. Obviously, discarded Twisted Abomination because we can get it back with Morbid Plunder later. And we feel very sheepish. And there's our third swamp. So let's get on the board with the Chittering Rats. We're going to play out the Chittering Rats, even though we have the Innocent Blood, because we also have the Doomblade. So that will take care of his first major threat. Let's see here. We've already used Nausea, so we can pretty much play Liliana Spectres safely. I think right now it sort of behooves us to just play some creatures. We have Morbid Plunder to get back more creatures later if we need to. So we should just sort of get on the board, don't let him develop his game state at all, and get in as much damage as possible. So, Chittering Rats, go! And keep you stalled at whatever you have that is preventing you from doing anything. He has no plays, much like he didn't have plays the previous 2 turns. Whereas we have some excitement. We can swing in for 4. Taking him to 14. So we have a couple options. I think the appropriate one is actually main phase, cycling the Twisted Abomination to get the swamp, because we haven't played a swamp yet this turn, and then Liliana Spectoring, and then planning to use removal on him to sort of keep up with any creatures that he might draw. So we get our swamp. We are dumb. And oh well, at least we still have Doomblade up. That makes me feel really sorry. This is why I feel a bit sheepish actually making these videos. Because I'm not really incredibly good at the game. So a couple of Morbid Plunders, so if he ever actually kills one of our creatures or we're forced to trade off as blockers, we will have absolutely no shortage. At this point, Liliana Spectre, he has a Rancor in his hand, and probably a bunch of other pump spells, so anything that gets on the table we're going to have to kill or Innocent Blood. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, he's very much in the position where if he gets a creature, we are almost certainly dead. And he's got a Sistbearer. So, end step Doomblade. Like I said, we literally can't allow him to have a creature at this point, because with the Rancor and pump spells, it's just death across the board. So we have another 2 removal spells. Always handy. Let's swing in here. Crack him. He's got a turn to live. And chew up his hand of potential removal a little more. And give us a chump blocker in case he busts out something hasty with some sort of bizarre way. I don't actually know if they have anything hasty in that deck, but it never hurts to be a little worried. Second Sistbearer, we can obviously take care of that with the Geth's Verdict, which he just has no outs to. So, looks like we are going to win this one. Yay, us. Despite keeping a relatively risky hand, and him stumbling a little bit. Okay, so things that worked, things that did not. I missed the Duresses because it felt like I was sort of playing in the dark in terms of what he had. At the same time, I don't think I can justify taking out any of this stuff. I think we're actually going to pull the last Sign in Blood for a Befoul, just because we really want to be able to ensure that we can kill absolutely anything that he puts on the table. He's playing with Blight Mambas, Ichor Clawmeres, Sistbearers, and Glistener Elves, so that's 16 creatures. And we have at least that much removal, so we should be good to go. Anyways, I will be back for the third game.